Steady now.
Something of a sleeper success on the Nintendo DS, the Scribblenauts series has been enjoyed for encouraging creativity, its outlandish solutions, and charm. Unlimited would mark the console debut of Fifth Cell's creation, and the gamepad seemed like a perfect fit for the mischievous brain teasers players had come to expect. While Maxwell's new adventure isn't without foibles, some old, some new, it nevertheless works as both a great use of the Wii U's functionality and another crazy puzzler that smoothens over its rough edges with a ton of charm, humour and potential, especially with new customization options. A light thread ties progression together, as a prank Maxwell performs on a sorcerer causes his sister to slowly begin turning to stone, and only the good deeds performed by our hero can save her from becoming a statue. This gives way to a huge change in the Scribblenauts formula. Rather than simply choosing puzzles from a list, each instance is linked by a continuous overworld which sees you earning star rights by helping distressed NPCs. These come in the form of either multi-puzzle missions which reward a full star, or smaller tasks dotted around levels which reward shards, of which 10 equate to a full star. It offers a satisfying sense of progression, especially when you start seeing the ticks pop up across the map. Fast travel lets you jump between stages if you're inclined, but it can be satisfying finding all the sub-areas dotted around a bigger locale. Puzzling doesn't stray too far from previous games, seeing you try to conjure objects by typing them in for cryptic problems the world of Unlimited holds. Whether it's plopping a crown onto an ape to turn him into King Kong, placing an olive branch down to stop a war caused by the Four Horsemen, or putting bandits to sleep to access their safe, the zany and creative solutions afforded by Fifth Cell's puzzles is equal parts fun and funny. Add in the adjective system from Super Scribblenauts, and the potential is wide. But perhaps this hurts the game in the long run, as you'll find a lot of the puzzles are quite easy to crack. When throwing a jetpack out solves multiple puzzles repeatedly, it starts to become somewhat tiring, and with a rather dense number of puzzles between every stage, some may tire of Unlimited quickly. But for fans, there's a lot of improvements to take note of, thanks to the Wii U's power. It ranges from the small, such as female NPCs now being available, to the large, which mainly relates to storage. 60 objects can be summoned at once, for those looking to cause a bit of chaos, and it doesn't impact the game technically too much really. Objects can be attached to each other, such as crafting a flaming zombie soldier, as well as features such as size, movement, and offensive tools. Customization is a huge factor here too, as each object can be individually customized and saved, and typing in their key code lets you summon them at any time, not unlike the tools found in Fifth Cell's Drawn to Life. For the Nintendo faithful, being able to summon characters from both Mario and Zelda is a nice touch. There's local multiplayer, though sadly only the gamepad player can summon objects. And you can also share these creations online, which is great fun. Unlimited benefits from the high-def upgrade, as the charming style from previous games looks cleaner, more colourful and smoother. The huge variety of environments is great, from the more grounded cityscapes to fantasy lands taken straight out of rhymes and some movie parodies. The wacky physics only add to the satisfaction of the insane solutions, especially if they happen to involve explosives. And though you can say it doesn't exactly push the hardware, the performance being smooth is still welcome. The audio benefits from some catchy music, cheery sound effects, and plenty of gibberish talk, though the opening and ending does include some voiceovers from Jennifer Hale. Scribblenauts Unlimited marks a solid debut on consoles, but one which has perhaps stretched itself too thin. The puzzling remains a chaotic treat, the plethora of new creative options add immense value, and the cheery atmosphere is still on point. It's a shame that the immense scope of the solutions leads to the game being rather easy and sometimes repetitive, and some may find these issues result in a slight downgrade from previous Scribblenauts. But those looking for a relaxing puzzler with plenty of tasks, a boatload of cheer, and potential for creativity would do well to pick this one up, and the typing and scrolling feels right at home on the Wii U.